Hey, what's going on? This Bam. Just wanted to highlight everybody this morning. I told you I'd be showing a video today, and I'm so excited about the video. And yesterday was probably one of the best days of my life. And if you saw that post that I posted on the net yesterday, you'll probably be thinking, why? Your car burned up. And when I say burned up, I mean it literally caught on fire. Like it was flamed up, smoke everywhere. You saw the whole interior, the engine and the tires, everything was gone. So that car is, likely totaled. But got back to the house safely. Praise God that it was just me in the car. My wife and my kids were at home, so everybody's good. I wanted to tell you what was going on, though, and how my car got to that point and how great God is in moving me from that. I was on my way to Atlanta because a lot of you know I'm a motivational speaker, and I was actually on my way to meet a world-class voiceover artist who lives in Atlanta, and she does some assessment training for those who are looking to get into the industry, which I fall in that category. So as I'm on my way to Atlanta for the voiceover assessment and looking to become a professional in that industry and continue to, expand my gift, do what God has called me to do to help touch people and things of that nature and continue to provide for my family, I see my oil light come on. And then after it comes on a couple of times, which I know is crazy because I just got my oil changed about a month ago. So the oil light comes on. The next thing I hear is boom. And I thought my tire blew because I just put some air in my tires. So my car's going down. I see smoke. I pull over on the side of the road. And let me tell you one thing. Praise God, first of all, that when I pulled over on the shoulder on 85 going to Atlanta, there was nothing but grass on the right side. I didn't have to pull over on the shoulder where it was only 3 feet of shoulder and then a wall right there where I was pinned up against anything that could have possibly been hit. There was yards and hundreds of yards of grass everywhere. So I just walked out. So I put my hood up after I saw it wasn't a tire. And I looked and I saw a flame under the hood. So I dropped my hood, walked away, promptly called 911, let them know, hey, car went down on me. I see some flames under the car, what have you. But as I sat there on the 911 call, the flame just started getting brighter and the smoke started getting bigger. Next thing you know, the entire front of the car was on fire. I mean, literally on fire. But see, what you guys have to realize is that there was one guy who stopped en route to wherever he was going yesterday on his way to College Park, Atlanta. And he came up to me. His name was Tony. And Tony came up to me. He's like, bro, you straight? I was like, man, I'm blessed to be here with you, man. And he was just sitting there talking to me. And, I told him I was a motivational speaker. And he was telling me a story about how he wanted to be a guidance counselor. And what I'm telling you today is that the two of us were meant to meet yesterday. God had it intentional that we met yesterday. And I was just used as a vessel. And my car burned up on that side of the road at that point in time, at that exact day, for me and him to meet. Now, I'm going to make a long story short about that. Tony said, bro, I'll take you to Atlanta where you need to go, man. I'm on my way there anyway. And as we went, we were just sharing stories. And the good thing about it is I talked to Tony this morning. And this man is on point right now, about to get his GED, change his life. And he told me he's about to put a lot of stuff down that he was doing because he was making excuses. And now he's moving forward and doing what he's been called to do. And he's going to change lives like he's been called to change because he understands what's at stake. And see, those are those opportunities that you have to realize that you are being used for. A lot of times you may look at yourself and you're tired of people taking advantage of you and you're tired of people using you. But in Genesis 50:20, it says, though you meant it for my evil, God meant it for my good. How many of you yesterday would have let your car burn up and you would have said, it's not meant for me to go to where I'm going. I need to turn around. How many of you would have said that? See, the thing about it is I would have said it about 5 years ago. I would have said, well, maybe it's not meant to be. My car blew up. Do I have any other sign? But what I knew was going on was as those flames were blowing and that smoke was blowing, I kept smiling. And the policemen and the paramedics and the firemen kept looking at me like, man, this guy, what's wrong? And I said, man, I'm just blessed right now. I said, I know that this is an opportunity for me to share a testimony with somebody. I know that this is an opportunity for me to tell somebody where they can go, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the flames that may going up. My wife asked me, are you trying to get back to Columbia? I said, no. So I got an appointment in Atlanta for this voiceover assessment. I'm going to make it happen. Got to Atlanta and the voiceover lady said, wow, that's commitment. She said, I didn't think you'd come. She said, you called me and let me know you'd be late. And she worked around everything, had to talk to the insurance company, had to talk to Enterprise and get a rental car that the insurance is paying for, God bless. Ended up not getting home yesterday till 7:15 on an appointment I had at 1 o'clock. But it was all purposed. I said, I don't care what happens. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to that voiceover assessment. And praise God, I killed it. She told me on a scale from 1 to 10, I usually give the people that come in here that I train a 1 to 10 grade. She said, I give you an 8. And this is the first time you've ever done something like that. Now I'm getting recommended to another lady who does voiceover, who does demo shots, who gets you hooked up with agents because I'm trying to be a professional. Now, what if I would have turned around? What if I would have turned around and gone back to Columbus simply because my car caught on fire? It probably would have been a legitimate reason. But see, the thing about it is when you're going after your goals, when you're going after your purpose, when you're living the life that God has called you to live, when you're doing everything that you've been purposed to do, when you're living out here to serve other people, there is no legitimate reason to stop. There is no legitimate reason to stop. You are a success, but you have to live it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to go get it. And my boy Tony called me this morning to let me know what was going down. He checked on me yesterday before I went to bed and said, man, I just want to make sure you're straight. I called him before I left Atlanta. I've known this man less than 24 hours, and now he is a very good friend of mine, not because he took me to Atlanta. This man stopped just to check on me. I told him, man, I wasn't mad at anybody that didn't stop, but that road was dangerous. Fire. I thought the car was about to blow up. I didn't want anybody's children or anybody driving down the road to get hurt. I was praying that didn't happen. And praise God, it didn't happen. I said, I'm not mad at anybody for not stopping. I'm just eternally grateful for you because you did stop. And I thank you, bro. And Tony Wells knows that he and I always have anything that he needs. I got it. I already know that if I need anything that he has, he got me. And all because my car caught on fire. All because my car almost burned down. All because everything that happened yesterday, and it was a beautiful day. I won't look at that situation any different. You have a decision on whether or not you want to look at the situation in your lifetime as beautiful or as hindering. The only reason that day was beautiful today was because I made a decision to make it great regardless of what happened. So at some point in time, you got to push through the hard times. You got to push through the brick walls. You got to push through the cars that are on fire. You got to push through everything that's trying to stop you because that is your test. So you can have your testimony. That's your opportunity to make that situation a hurdle that you're leaping over rather than a brick wall that's stopping you. Do you feel what I'm saying right now? I want you to live life intentionally. And as I close, I just want to say this. Jonathan Hubbard and Matt Washington. In the past 2 days, I've lost two good friends. But I want you to be encouraged by the way that they live life. I want you to be encouraged by the way that you know Matt Washington touched you. I want you to be encouraged by the way that he loved you. I want you to be encouraged by the way he always put you before himself. I want you to be encouraged by the way he lived his life and live your life the same way. Don't sit here and sulk that he's gone. Remember him by living the life the way he wanted you to live it. That's how we honor people. That's how we respect people. That's how we show love for people. I don't care what is happening to you. You have that opportunity to do something great because you are great. Go out there and make it happen. This is Jonathan Rivers. I love you guys. I know times are tough. Continue to tell people that you love them. Continue to tell people that you need them. Continue to tell people that you care for them. Continue to serve people and build them up rather than tearing them down. And you will see a dramatic change in this world. No doubt. I'm gone.